It's New Year's. I had these on, and they don't blink anymore. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This is a serious video. Don't mind that. For that, I want to send these roasted seaweed. That's something you can munch on, something good for you. This Costco bag of roasted seaweed. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about a serious issue, which is in a lot of places. It's about homelessness. And people caring for people, because even though I have a good job and everything, I don't have money to give out to all these people. Some of you have ministries, fellowships, and businesses, and somebody that's watching this might have a large corporation or a ministry, or somebody that has way a lot more money than I do. And I was looking at properties online and everything like this, and I was like, somebody could just house some people. They can just, get transitional housing and, have, beds and kind of like a dormitory situation, and they could, house like maybe a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and could house some people and stuff like that. And they'll have somebody to keep watch over the property and make sure things are going to, and everybody doesn't want to deal with Airbnb or some other type of company like Airbnb or whatever the case may be. But this is the thing this has been on my mind because you have people that reach out to you that need money and whatever. And I don't have money to keep giving out my money like that. Because I had a situation where around this time of year I was dealing with a wage garnishment. And I'm not trying to keep giving out my money like that. So some of you who have money need to be able to take care of these people. So I'm reaching out. All right. The homelessness has increased 18%, I heard, allegedly. And this thing is bothering me. This thing really bothers me. And everybody doesn't want to, and some of y'all that have ministries and fellowships, y'all don't want to help people and house people and financially unless they going to come to your church and give an offering. So you don't even want to house them. You don't want to even help them financially. And you're not even going to see to them getting there, situated in life. Because they don't go to they got to be able to go to your church and give offering. And a lot of people who have ministries, they don't, even if you giving offering, regular offering or tithes and offering, they still not going to help you. They will let you get evicted before they help you. They'll let you ready to get eviction notice, let you sit out on the street and living homeless on the streets before they help you. But you got to give money to their church. You got to go to their church in order for them to see that you have a place to stay or food to eat. Is that all that everything is about? Your church, your fellowship, because this bothers me. Because you got a lot of people out there that need help. And they're afraid, they won't even want to deal with the church because y'all petty. A lot of y'all are petty. And they don't want to, I'm talking about the ministry. You got smaller ministries, they don't have money to really put out and help people like that. I go to a smaller ministry and everything like that. then I know they don't, situated where they can. But you have these bigger ministries who are getting a certain amount of collection in each week, and they got the pastor or whatever living pretty decent or whatever the case may be, or the leadership in there, and they don't won't even make sure their leaders are taken care of either. There are ministries that only the pastor is taken care of, and you have to fend for yourself if you're a leader at that ministry or whatever the case may be, unless you have some type of administrative position at the fellowship that you had, or you're a musician. And then I heard all the musicians, they don't get paid decent amounts of money from fellowships. So you have to make sure people are taken care of. If they're going to work at your church, if they're going to do certain type of ministries like ministry, music, or everything like that, play the instruments or whatever the case may be, unless they're just, they're just offering and they don't mind, doing something to help, and they just don't mind just helping out and playing an instrument, and they don't care about you charging, you giving them any money. But you can, help them out a little bit or do something for them as a musician. But this thing is on my heart because I have a situation where I want to reach out. I have things, I have situations where I see, and I want to reach out to a fellowship and people, because I have money, and I don't have money like that to keep giving out my paycheck to people that's in need. And so this thing is, I look out and a couple of people, YouTubers, that did videos about the increase of homelessness. Now, there's no excuse. Now, some people came to situations, and some people, they need reinstatements for their job, for them, and that some people need to get reinstated for their employment, because they got fired or even had to quit because of the regulations for the CB thing, and they trying to allegedly now they trying to push this bird flu thing. That's another scare, and I got to do a video about that lady that Asian lady that they put on, I think, yeah, she on CNN. And we don't want to hear about, trying to get some experimental medical treatment. We don't want to push anything. People just got to take care of themselves. And I was in the store just looking behind me, the guy, and it looked like he's with his daughter, and this, he looked Hispanic, like he looking at the Robitussin because some people right now, they some congestion, and don't be, and I have a thing, and I want to tell people so bad about wearing the thing on the face, and I got to do a video on my Rumble channel and break it down on the things about it, because my opinions, I have strong opinions, which, people don't even want to know the truth about the thing on the face, obviously, at this point, because they don't care. They don't care if it works or not. It's just an accessory that just makes them feel comfortable. They wear it because it makes them feel comfortable that they're, they feel like they're protecting themselves and protecting each other if they feel like they have congestion. Because I mentioned a coworker. But back to the homelessness situation. Now, there's a way that you can help. Now, what a lot of people, and one of the reasons why people voted for Mr. T, because they looking at this current administration, they were like, People dealt with disasters like the thing in Hawaii and the thing with Carolina, Tennessee. There was another part of Virginia. Anyway, they dealt with certain disasters, and all they could offer them was $700, and then the recent one, $750 alone. And it's not even they're not even donated to them. It's a loan, allegedly. And people, and my thing is, if they couldn't help, people can't help, and people looking at that. They're looking at the government. All they have to give to them is, and that's all they can't. That doesn't even pay some people's rent, because everybody's house didn't get destroyed, and I heard about, allegedly, it showed on the news where a lady, she didn't get the whole thing, or I think her bottom of her house her property was on the bottom floor was all messed up, and all they could give her was like $300 or $350. I think that was anyway. This is the thing that really bothers me, and it bothers me because people say there's not enough housing. There's not enough housing. Bull crap. There's plenty of housing, and they don't even have to live with people. There's housing, and there's enough strong, godly people who know how to deal with people with substance abuse. Because they say, oh, a lot of these people are on drugs or on alcohol, or they got homeless and they're on drugs and alcohol. And there are different people who have ministries who know how to deal with different people like that. And I see all these ministries, they'll go and somewhere and pray with the people. It's nice to pray with people. I'm messing with my nose. It's nice to pray with people, but they need housing. They need food to eat. They need a place to stay. They need you to maybe take care of some bills for a while until they get on their feet. They need to be able to have some type of employment, because some people are willing to work. Now, everybody not willing to work. There's some of this new generation. They don't want to. You try to tell them working. Work is just too much for some people. And the thing is, this the thing. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna explain something to you. There are a lot of people who are working who have back problems with their feet sore. I work on a job that's on my feet. And I work with different people who have back problems because you're on your feet and you're constantly lifting up mail and stuff like that, and lifting up things. And I see people who are at my job, who are place of my employment, who are wearing back braces. They come in, wear back braces and all kinds of things like that. I got to get ready to eat because I got some from Olive Garden, some to go. It's good. They have the best croutons. Not endorsed of Olive Garden, but I'm not a crouton person, but I just like their croutons. Anyway, but the thing is, you have these ministries. Y'all can just buy some condos or something and get somebody, like 2-3 bedroom condos, and get somewhere people are renting some beds out, or something like that, kind of like similar to a hostel, and some people can start their own hostel or whatever case may be, or accommodations like that. That's a financial idea for me, just anyway. But that's something that that's something that people can have accommodations, and you have to find a way that people can have housing and stuff like that, and some affordable housing, and people can rent the beds, like something cheap for like maybe $10 or $15 a night, something like or some inexpensive weekly or monthly. Something that somebody who might not getting regular income like that could possibly afford. Because you got a lot of people who are in a situation, they might have lost their job, and people are quite a bit of people, they're getting income. They might be getting income, but they're not getting enough to, as far as, and people can get these small units, can put small units out somewhere, or get a warehouse. This is an idea. This is an idea for somebody who, has a heart for stuff. You can get a nice big warehouse, and you can use it as like a shelter. You get a nice little warehouse, and you get, some people could get, just say you rent some rooms, or you have a warehouse, and you could use it as, affordable housing, transitional housing. You get a warehouse or some type of building, and you get something affordable, like, say something, you just charge them like $200 a month. Just $200 a month. And you might have a community restroom, and then you might have it where you can have like a portable shower or something like that inside their room. And every so often you get that, or you have just extra showers and stuff like that on the property. So for a certain amount of people, that you have enough. You have the thing for the woman and thing for the men. And also you have the unisex one, not something separate where you're in one unit, where you don't have to share a unit where somebody of the opposite sex would come in on you. It's just like you have a bathroom, a bathroom that has a shower or something like that, and it has a portable, people every so often you change the water, and they and people could get up septic systems, different systems set up in that facility. And that's a good idea, where that, or you have a shelter, and then they have the transitional housing, where it has a housing enough where a person could have their room. They have enough surveillance cameras to make sure they, nobody acts all crazy and stuff like that. Surveillance cameras in the building, and you just every so often you check on, you make sure the people are okay, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the case may be. Have it where somebody can have a little mini fridge, or refrigerator freezer, or have a little microwave, or a little hot plate, or whatever the case may be. Just different types of things that, like you rent, almost like you rent a room. And then you might have a community ovens, different ovens, or whatever the case may be. Different things like that, where, stuff like that. But we have to get these situations taken care of, because people like me, I care about people, but I can't keep giving my money out like that. Because I had a situation, a portion of my, when I had the loan outside of my retirement, a certain amount I had, and a certain portion of it, I had some people, after the farmers market, because you got a good, nice farmers market down in Silver Spring, Maryland, and the other guy helped out the ladies, it was a lady and a couple of ladies, and I had the lady coming in the store. And I'm not going to disclose the amount that but I'm saying I can't just give willy-nilly, because there are folks in need. So you have to have people who have ministries. Now, makes me wonder was these ladies undocumented? And that's one thing that I will question. If somebody keeps kind of wants money, or keeps asking you for money, and they're living somewhere and they lost their job and they keep asking you for money, or whatever the case may be, And it's gonna cut, and it's gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to, and churches, you're gonna have to be able to find a way to see about these people, help them get situated, married if they want to become American citizen, or just get a permanent residence. You got people got to get permanent residence, a work visa, or whatever the case may be. So you have to be able to help people get documents, because I wonder if somebody keeps asking me, if all they had keep asking me for money all the time, and they don't have no money, and you keep asking me money. I lost my job, and I'm just say, well, if a person is got injured or whatever the case may be, you have to find out a way where you can see about if they have a way where you got to be able to find a way to see if somebody could get disability. And I kind of clicked off, but everybody doesn't want disability. But if somebody got injured or something like that, and they from some situation, everybody doesn't want disability. Because because I was watching on the Rumble channel that I watch. Okay, on the Rumble channel I watched, the guy, he didn't want it, and a guy took him in and to help take care of him, and he was he didn't want to get disability. But you have to have ministries that are willing to take people in. Now I come across with different, it's very little that I know certain ministries that only probably on one hand of ministries that I know as about, and as far as that are taking people in, as help people financially, and helping people financially as far as living situation is concerned. I could just say I can count on one hand affordable housing or whatever, because people who say they know Jesus, they have no heart to see that people get houses and places to stay. Because it's cold out here now. And I think about them people living in them tents in Carolina. Then I think about the people in D.C. Then I swing back to the people in D.C. that were living in tents before the disaster situation happened in Carolina. But that's bringing awareness, because the increase of the homelessness. Now, there are people who have enough money, in some of y'all ministry, you have enough money, you could maybe buy a warehouse or buy like a little mini warehouse or something like that, and convert stuff into rooms. And you could have it where you can get enough to separate the men from the woman, and have families together, or have little separate units for people who have spouses and stuff like that, like a husband and wife that that's homeless, or have or have families where you have the couples, or a single parent that has their kids, or their kid or their kids. So you got to be able to have a way where you can take in these people. But unfortunately, we don't have that enough people who have a heart. People who say they know Jesus. And some of y'all have some good sized ministries. And you're getting and then on top of that, you charge money for your conferences. So if you're going to charge money for your conferences and your special meetings, and I'm talking about the ones that's at your fellowship, then you can raise this money. Can say we're gonna raise this money specifically to help people that's in need, and that the people that needs housing. And I went to the RV show, like a couple of RV shows last year, where I was looking at some of these units, and I'm like, some of these units, you just put a bunch of these in somebody's yard, and they put a fence around it so they nobody have to look into it. You could put a bunch of these little units and have different people living in each different unit, and then they have the showers, and then every so often you have a situation where you're supposed to, you know, because some of these things, I'm looking at it like people can get small septic systems set up and have small units and have places to dump, the waste if people, go to the bathroom or everything. But they're campgrounds, and people can set up the different campgrounds and stuff like that. And a lot of these ministries, and I can only, and it's sad that some ministries have to actually literally, because this bothers me. Because I don't have money that I can be giving my money out for a charitable cause or for people to, keep giving money out and feeding everybody. Just because I'm not in a situation where I'm at the apartment that I was at, doesn't mean that my extra money that I'm getting, that I got to pay for other people to feed a bunch of people. Y'all have ministries and that people can set up where you feed. There are different ones. There's stuff in DC and stuff like that, Central Union Mission and different like that. But then they can't feed everybody, and they don't have enough on their property where they can house everybody. Now, when I look at the homelessness situation, I really see that people who say they know Jesus, they don't really care, because quite a few of these people are getting in a good amount of income where they can put it out to help people. And then you charge money for your schooling, and some of y'all schools just be charging some money. And I know that, you should have people should be able to have their own private schools and charge money for it and pay the staff pretty good. But my thing is this: you have a way where you can house people. You have a way where you can have little units put on your property that, portable units and stuff like that, septic tanks or different portable units that can house people. And some of these people are some of these ministries who do help house people, I'm just going to say it, some people are really controlling. And everybody doesn't want to really deal with being housed by a ministry, because some of them are controlling. Because I heard all kinds of stories about people living in these different properties that these ministries have. And then people getting abused and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, there are situations like that where people are living on the property that the ministry has and getting abused and stuff like that. And that's very disturbing. So you need to have people that can rise up, strong, godly people that can rise up to help house people, and see that people get employed. See that you help them get jobs. You can't just say, I'm just helping them in just the temp agency or whatever the case may be. You have to make sure you see these people get identification. You see that people, and even some people, you might have to get some of the people who put them in some driving school. So you might have somebody have to donate some money. Everybody doesn't want to drive, but you got a good amount of people who are out there who want to drive. So you should be able to have situations where you help and you pay the money to a driving school, and you see that helping the people to get transportation to the driving school and help them get on, as far as metro transportation or whatever the case may be for the driving school. Because you got, people that's has their own that driving school. Because I know, but because I went to driving school. Had driving school more than once before getting my driver's license when I was younger. That's over 20 years ago. But there you find a good driving school, and then you have a program where you can help finance people for driving school to teach them how to drive. And you can get a vehicle that's like a vehicle that you don't care. Get a vehicle where they can practice in. Different vehicles that different people can practice in. Because I know Maryland has the rookie driver program. I think they still had a rookie driver program that outside of the driving school, they want people to have, a certain amount of driving experience. So you have a program where you have a vehicle that you can use, that can be used as a test vehicle, a vehicle that a person can practice driving, and different people can practice driving in a test vehicle. It runs, something that runs, and then you could some of them, and this could help them go back to and from work. And a group of people can have a time where you can practice driving, and then some of this can help people, even transportation on, help them as far as transportation is concerned, and help them as far as keeping gas in the car and stuff like that. So this is something that somebody can look into, donating and getting a group of people together that doesn't have money for driving school, and you can have some car it runs. It's not the best car, something that you don't mind getting in an accident. Just get a few cars that you don't mind getting in an accident that doesn't not too much on insurance and stuff like that. Cars that that runs good, that will run, that the people can practice in, that that you don't care if it gets beat up or whatever the case may be, or gets a dent here or whatever the case may be. Some vehicles like that. Your vehicles like that out there. So something like that. So because a lot of people wouldn't be on the streets, they'd probably be living on a vehicle, or they could get an RV or whatever the case may be. Because you got RVs or campers or vehicles like that that's made kind of like a regular vehicle. Now, I was looking at the option of converting like regular cars, certain cars, because I'm in the vehicle that I'm in a sedan type vehicle. And there are videos on YouTube that people converted. And I even seen somebody had converted a smart car, and small as a smart car is, into a camper. Because all you need, you get a nice little camper, just somewhere somebody can sleep, and put a little mini fridge, and put a little mini portable toilet in it. And you got the places to put the portable showers. And you make sure the person gets a gym membership. Because Planet Fitness, it was a blessing to me. Planet Fitness was a blessing to me when as far as, this video is longer than I planned to be. Planet Fitness was a blessing to me because I had the Black Card membership. Because when I was sleeping out my car back in 2018 for a while, when I needed to take a shower, I made sure I kept clean and stuff. And I was working out and stuff like that. And when I needed to, and a lot of them were open to 24 hours. Some of them are still open because after the CV thing, and they started opening more of them back, the hours again. So I didn't plan to make a video this long, but this bothers me because there are easy ways where some of y'all have money, or you could take like a vehicle. Because I was looking at I live out of bus. Because I was looking at the school buses. School buses, you use it, transportation, you use it, you know, because you got different vehicles that you can live. And you can take some old vehicles, and you put it on a nice property, and you have some showers, put some showers and, portable bathrooms on the property. Make it gated in where the person had to put a code in or whatever the case may be, or have where somebody can buzz somebody in or whatever. In a gated situation where somebody, surveillance cameras like that. And you have where they have the vehicles. And they can be used as portable rooms. Vehicles as portable rooms. And so this is the option for some people who are thinking about it, because people can take a little sedan or wherever the case may be and make it into and then all you got to do, they can sleep in there, they can chill in there and have it where they can keep warm in there, place where people can keep warm. And this is something like a low budget thing. Or you could take some small 10 by 10 shipping containers, or small, people things that you can put in small spaces where a person can, because I saw how some places they had a little tiny house community for people who were homeless, and they give them a little unit. They give them like a little tiny little house where it has a little things they can charge their phone and have a little cooler and stuff like that. And somewhere I probably have a portable toilet or has something like that. Because somebody who's been on the street, or a single person or a person or whatever the case may be, or a couple that's been on the street, or somebody who's by themselves that's been on the street, they would love to just have a little small unit that's somewhere to keep them warm from the cold. And then if it gets warm, they have a little situation where they can have the air conditioner or whatever the case may be. You have portable little air conditioner. They're little units. They don't cost all that much. These are just options that people can look into, as far as, because I'm going to put my P.O. box in the air, in the description for this video. This video is longer than I planned to do. I did not plan to make this video even 30 minutes. But because I had a lot of stuff on my mind, and it bothers me that there are people out there that are expecting. They look at me like, you're in a situation. Because right now, I'm living with family where they not, and people assume that, oh, you have extra money. You're not paying like you were when you were, in a apartment. You have extra money to give out. No, I don't. I got to catch up on some bills, and I have to make sure my bills are paid, and then have money saved up so I can actually have a place. I can have a place because the rent is high. And you have these places where they don't, I've said places that's only offering rent. You can't even buy a condo in that building. They're specifically apartments or whatever that they're only for rental. You cannot buy a unit or whatever in there on their property. You can only rent. Unfortunately. They're nice, apartments, homes and stuff like that. But they have a situation where you can only rent. So I don't want to rent anymore. So I had to get my situation situated where I can have money, where I can have a down payment, so I won't have to rent. Because I got stuck, staying where I am, and because it's not a certain amount of space, I got to put stuff in a storage unit and stuff like that. So you have to think about that. Because people are living where they are because rent is too high. Some people live with their families. Their families, move back in with their, parents or loved one or other adult family member that has their own home or wherever. They move in with them, and because this rent is too high. Now, there are options where you can buy. Depends on, and there's pretty much stuff that's in reasonable areas that you can buy a condo or wherever, depending on the size of it. I was looking online. It's some condos in some pretty reasonable areas. But everybody doesn't want to get a condo. People want a house. But they're in some reasonable areas. That's not rough areas. And they're reasonable. And if people could help people as far as down payment is concerned, there are programs. You got to look into them. And I had to look into some of the things. They have things for first-time home buyers. And for all them people talking about, the harassment they were offering, that give people $25 towards the down payment on a house. There have been programs like that. I've been looking. They had from $5,000, 20 different down payment assistance programs. They're already out there. You don't have to look at a government I think there are even grant programs that, not mistaken, they're grant programs for home buyers. And I don't think everybody doesn't necessarily first home time buyers. And when they talk about home buyers, they don't mean, I think they even mean if it's a condo too. First home buyers. I'll look into that. I have to look into that. But this video is longer than I would plan it to be. I just hope somebody watches it. Somebody that has money watches it, that can look into housing, helping the homeless. Because there are a lot of people, not just in the areas in Carolina or whatever the other state is that were affected by the people in Hawaii. There are people that's out. You'll see them. Because I've drove past in D.C. and different states. But people don't care. People who have churches and who have big ministries, they don't care about the homeless and seeing that people get housed. They say, we're just winning souls and we're just leading people to Jesus and we'll just pray for them. But if you have a massive following and you do all these mass ministries, crusades, and I'm going to call out you, Sean Fuchsia, who you had all these tours around America. Are you finding ways to see that these people get housing? Not just say we're going to pray with a bunch of people and have praise and worship and have crusades. I'm talking about like you and some of y'all other preachers out there who do these open crusades and in these neighborhoods. And different ministries get together, do these outreach. You got to find a way that you can house people. Not just so you can work on the gifts of the Spirit and you cast demons out of people and everything. But people need a place to stay, food to eat. They need somebody, financial assistance, to see that their bill gets paid and their rent. Some people paying their rent or their mortgage. But very little do I see that people who claim that they know Jesus. They claim they know Jesus. They claim they know God. They have money like that. And who minister regularly. And I'm telling you, is some of them, they don't have a regular job. Some of them have regular jobs and some of them don't. Because I come across where some people have certain ministries and leadership and who have a regular job. Because the ministry I'm at, Anyway, people have a regular job. Somebody, even if they're older, they have people who are leadership who have regular jobs or, might have a teaching position or whatever the case may be, regular job. But everybody's not that way, because you have some who don't have regular jobs, who are they're mainly itinerant minister. So, or just pastor, and who don't have an extra outside income outside of their ministry or their products or whatever the case may be. So this video is longer than what I planned to be. I did not plan to go into this long, but it kind of pisses me off because I have a situation. I'm going to be honest, and the person that I have a situation where I can't giving people my money. People have to be able, people who have money, got to be able to see that people are taken care of. That people don't get set up out on the street. I can't do that. Everybody doesn't want to deal with a church. So some of you who are not leaders in the church, some of y'all who are leaders in the church, and some of you are not leaders in the church, who have money like that, who can house a bunch of people, who have a place where a situation can help with transitional housing and see that people are taken care of or find employment. So you got to be able to help people find employment, and if they're not really able to work, you got to see that they find you can take care of them. So that's my take, and I just hope this video gets to somebody who has money. Somebody can help me out, because I need a place to stay. Yes, outside of, because I'm living in, with family right now, but I'm at the age where I need my own personal space. So you have to keep that in mind too. All these people who are out there on the street, some people living in tents because they don't want to live with people. Because they have eating habits, sleeping habits, or whatever the case may be, because it's not expedient. That's the term. Anyway, somebody look up what expedient means. That they live with people. That they live with a bunch of people. So you have to keep in mind that way. Everybody can't live with a whole bunch of people. They can't even live with one other person because they have habits. Or they might snore or different things like that. They have habits where it's best that they have their own personal space and they live by themselves instead of living with somebody. So y'all got to keep that in mind. You can't just say, we're just going to throw these people. They need to learn how to live with a whole bunch of people. You can't do that. Because some people have work hours. Some people work different work hours. And so you have to be able to keep that in mind too. Because some people have work hours like my work hours. I can't have a place where I have a curfew where I have to be in by a certain time. If I get off work late and that place I'm living with, because I had to explain to some people from another ministry that they said, you're living, you can move in one of such and such housing. Back when I was, when I was talking about back in 2018, I can't go live with somebody that has a curfew because I got off work late. And so what if I get off after 12 o'clock at night or real late in the wee hours in the morning and a place has a curfew? I'm going to end up coming in the house, how that is, coming in the house 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or maybe 5, at that early hours in the morning. Because I've gotten off different times in the morning. And people have curfews. People who have certain properties, they have curfews. And I couldn't do it. So hopefully somebody watches this video, because I'm tired of explaining to people. A lot of people, especially the ones who say they know Jesus, because this pisses me off. All y'all want to minister and flow into your gifts of the Holy Spirit and do street ministry, but you don't have enough, whereas you have a place where you can give people transitional housing, or find a place where people can live temporary, or a shelter situation where people can live in until they can get on their, on 2 feet, or whatever the case may be. Or you can't find a place where they can get some income, or whatever the case may be, and find work for these people. Because that bothers me. Because you got all these ministries. And people don't want to deal with, especially don't want to deal with ministries, because if you got abused, so you have to have somebody that's not a leader in the church, that can house people, that's attached to the church, that can house people, and different things like that, that's, that's separate. And, I can only count on just very little that I know of ministries that are got the transitional housing that house people. But you got to think about that. People have different work hours. And you might have somebody that's living there want to play music and be loud all times of the day. Just say in the middle of the day, this person could have a night position, work at night, and the people in the house, they want to play music. So that can be a problem. That's why people don't want to deal with living with people. And people talking about, why you don't want to rent a room? Why you can't rent a room? Because if I live with somebody, I can't guarantee that they're going to be quiet. And I work different hours. I have certain work hours. And people who have work at night and work at certain work hours, I can't guarantee you that I might say something. If I need peace and quiet and you want to blast your music and you want to play your television, because people they got to listen to the television or the radio or whatever the case it may be on their devices really loud, because because they certainly can't use earphones. Because when I was in my apartment and I was listening on my device, I would put earphones in, because I cared enough not to disturb the people in the other property right next door to me. And if I watch a movie or a television series or whatever, if I'm watching something online, I regularly had earphones, and I plugged the earphones into my device, or I had even my laptop. I have earphones. Even where I'm at right now, a lot of times if I'm watching something, I put on earphones. This video is longer than what I had planned it to be. Somebody with money, or have some type of leisure, can reach out to me, because I can refer you to some people, or some situation where people do need help, immediate help right now. Like, I need help right now. And there are other people that need immediate help, and I don't have money to keep giving out my money like that. So hopefully somebody watches this, because I care about people, and I want to see that people get taken care of. And you gotta see that people are taken care of and helped. And you also have to train people up how to take care of themselves. Train people how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of themselves. Some people even how to clean themselves. And keep their clothes washed. Anyway, I got food. This probably done got cold, and I had to reheat it now because I was in this car making this video. To get my Olive Garden food. Because I have, So, I'm going to leave it there. I just hope somebody watches this video. Because, it bothers me that I had to do a video and I had to explain to people who claim that they know Jesus and they don't care about seeing the homeless. They don't care about the homeless, or seeing that people in their even very fellowships are taken care of or have a place to stay. They'll let you get set out on the street. If you can't give offering and tithe and the offering to their church, you can't come to church. They can't help see you have a place to stay and food to eat. But you got to come to their church, or maybe go to somebody's church before they help you. So, somebody, please watch this. I need somebody to watch this video, because it's almost going into an hour. At 56 minutes as the time I'm speaking. Is into 57 minutes. And I hope somebody watches this. I will have my P.O. box in the description. Just very frustrating. Because I have a heart to help people. And I need help. And I'm not in a situation where I can buy, situations where I can really help people like I want to. Because there are going to be people that are going to be looking at me. Why don't you help this person? Why don't you help that person? So, I'm going to leave that there. I just hope somebody watches this video or just listens to the audio.